What is Reconquista? What exactly is the term Reconquista, and why is it significant in the context of Latin American history? This term has two important meanings, one from medieval times and another from the era of independence movements in Latin America. Let's break it down. The original Reconquista refers to a series of military campaigns that took place on the Iberian Peninsula. This began in the early 8th century and continued until the year 1492. During this time, Christian kingdoms sought to reclaim territory from Muslim rulers known as Moors. The Moors had invaded and taken control of much of what is now Spain and Portugal around the year 711. Over centuries, various Christian kingdoms like Asturias, Castile, and Aragon gradually pushed southward. This effort culminated in the capture of Granada in 1492 by the Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella. This period not only shaped the religious and political identity of Spain but also set the stage for Spain's later colonial expansion into the Americas. Interestingly, there were times of coexistence among Muslims, Christians, and Jews during this era. However, the end of the Reconquista marked a stronger Catholic identity and the beginning of the Spanish Inquisition. Now, let's shift to the context of Latin American history. In the early 19th century, the term Reconquista took on a different meaning. It refers to a specific phase during the Wars of Independence from Spain. After Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Spain, political chaos ensued. Many Spanish-American colonies began to seek independence. However, after Napoleon's defeat in the year 1814 and the restoration of King Ferdinand VII, Spanish royalist forces launched military campaigns to regain control over these rebellious colonies. This phase, also called the Reconquista, saw royalist armies temporarily reclaim territory and suppress independence movements in areas like New Granada, which is modern-day Colombia, and Chile. The name draws a parallel to the medieval Reconquista, as it involved efforts to reconquer lands that had declared independence. A key event during this Latin American Reconquista was the Battle of Rancagua, which took place in the year 1814 in Chile. This battle was a decisive royalist victory that temporarily crushed Chilean independence efforts. It allowed Spain to reassert control over the region. The Battle of Rancagua exemplifies the intense conflict during this period, where royalist forces sought to reverse the independence process. In summary, the term Reconquista in Latin culture can refer to either the centuries-long effort to reclaim the Iberian Peninsula from Muslim rule or the early 19th century royalist campaigns in Spanish America. Both meanings reflected struggles over identity, power, and sovereignty that have shaped the historical trajectory of Spanish-speaking peoples.